As human beings, it's difficult, since we tend to take ourselves for granted, to realize that we are greater than our creations, economics, and all other so-called civilized artifacts. We have powers which transcend the things we've created. It takes something more, and that something more can be found in the statement that people are formed by their thoughts, that they become what they think.
So we don't know where thoughts come from. We don't know how far down into your substructure the thoughts emerge. We don't know what processes of physiological alignment are necessary for you to speak from the core of your being. We don't understand any of that. We don't even conceptualize that, but I believe that you can feel that, and there's a lot of idea of alignment in psychoanalytic and clinical thinking. You're mostly dead wood. It's a shock. And you might think, well, do you really want all of that to burn off? It's like, well, there's nothing left but a little husk, 5% of you. It's like, well, if that 5% is solid, then maybe that's exactly what you want to have happen.
Ordinary just simply isn't enough. Ordinary is when you want to become average and to fit in. But to get to extraordinary, what you do is you have to consult the invisible place within yourself. And this is called your soul. The ideal of the soul is space, immensity. The one thing your soul needs is to be free. Free to expand and reach out and to embrace the infinite. Yes, the ideal of the soul is infinity. It is miserable when it is circumscribed and restricted. It is a fragment of the universal soul, which is infinite. And what we have to do in order to get to that place where we can take the keys and unlock the self-imposed prisons, or the prisons that we have given ourselves on the basis of what we have come to believe is our limitations, what we can and can't do. We have to let go of that. And I call it rewriting our agreement with reality. We literally have to make a whole new contract with what it is that I perceive to be what is possible for me. All things are possible. God never fails, and you are a piece of that which never fails.
We can look at developing ourselves spiritually, physically, and mentally. With respect to our spiritual development, this may be a major or a minor issue for you depending on your values and your goals. But I think it's very wise for you and me to look at the spiritual side of our lives and decide what growth we want to experience here. Come to your own decisions as to what it will take to nourish your spiritual nature. There's another Bible phrase that says, take care of the outside for people and take care of the inside for God. People look on the outside and God looks on the inside.
Thought power, its laws and its dynamics. Thought, the architect of destiny. If the mind dwells continually upon one train of thought, a groove is formed into which the thought force runs automatically, and such a habit of thought survives death, and since it belongs to the ego, is carried over to the subsequent earth life as a thought tendency and capacity. Every thought, it must be remembered, has got its own mental image. The essence of the various mental images formed in one particular physical life is being worked out in the mental plane. It constitutes the basis for the next physical life. Just as a new physical body is formed in every birth, so also a new mind and a new booty are formed in every birth. Not easy is the act of explaining the detailed workings of thought and destiny. Every karma produces twofold effect, one on the individual mind and the other on the world. Man makes the circumstances of his future life by the effect of his actions upon others. Every action has a past which leads up to it. Every action has a future which proceeds from it. An action implies a desire which prompted it, and a thought which shaped it. Each thought is a link in an endless chain of causes and effects, each effect becoming a cause, and each cause having been an effect. And each link in the endless chain is welded out of three components: desire, thought, and activity. A desire stimulates a thought. A thought embodies itself as an act. Act constitutes the web of destiny. Selfish coveting of the possessions of others, though never carried out into active cheating in the present, makes one a thief in a later earth life, while hatred and revenge secretly cherished are the seeds from which the murderer springs. So again, unselfish loving yields as harvest the philanthropist and the saint, and every thought of compassion helps to build the tender and pitiful nature which belongs to one who is a friend to all creatures. Sage Vasishtha asks Rama to do Purushartha, or show the prowess of self-exertion. Do not yield to fatalism. It will induce inertia and laziness. Recognize the great powers of thought. Exert. By right thinking, make for yourself a great destiny. Prarabdha is Purushartha of last birth. You sow an action and reap a habit. A habit sown results in character. You sow a character and reap a destiny. Man is the master of his own destiny. You yourself make, by the power of your thought, your destiny. You can undo it if you like. All faculties, energies, and powers are latent in you. Unfold them and become free and great.